chose a Muslim that would basically spank him. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know who this guy is, but I just have so much faith in Bart's stupidity that I'm like, Bart's gonna flop. So what I'll do is this: I'll donate $100 to let's just say a 30-minute debate. The winner gets $100. Knowledge, I'll give you the 100, so you can hand it to the winner. If we're down, and we'll host it in this room. If Andrew can set this up and Bart agrees, donate $100 to the winner. How about that?
Nah, I don't like it.
Why?
Okay, how do we determine who the winner is?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
How do we determine who the winner is?
Well, I think in this case, to be honest with you, Knowledge, I think everybody's going to agree he's going to lose.
Exactly. How do we determine who the winner is?
Yeah, okay.
We all agree. This is what I told you yesterday. We all agree. Everybody has a feeling towards Bart. So yeah, anybody you put on trial, I'm gonna hate Bart.
Okay, how about this? What if we have Haggard? Who is that? Is that B-Master?
Yeah.
What's your idea?
Okay, idea is we do replay and we'll translate it into a transcript, make ChatGPT set up a rubric, and then have ChatGPT.
Oh, what about that? Knowledge?
No. So my only contingency will be Bart has to agree with who is chosen.
What about Haggard?
Oh, Bart has to agree with who is chosen to be on stage of the judges. Yeah.
So he gets to choose the judges?
He has to agree with the judges.
Okay, that's fair. I agree. That's fine. That's fair. That's like picking the jury panel. I totally agree with that. That's actually really fair. So if we can get that, I'll give the winner $100.
Okay, I'll do the same thing.
Okay, let's go. Andrew, you think you set it up? The winner of a 30-minute debate can win $2 bills.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ayman's a pretty he's one of the best Muslims on here.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'll be great. Now it's probably not. He's going to be. So here's the thing. I'm just going to be real though. Ayman's about substance. He's not going to be about. I don't think he's going to be doing the rhetoric stuff. Although he might be able to match the rhetoric. So how's it going to be judged? Sorry, I just stepped out for just a second. I didn't hear how you guys were agreeing on judging.
I like what B-Master said, but Knowledge is saying something along the lines of which is fair. Barth has to agree to basically how it's going to be judged. So if we can come to those terms and Barth agrees, whether it's picking people or running it through ChatGPT, then we can go about it that way. And we'll make it somewhat formal to where we'll have, because if we can make the best of 30 minutes, we can segment it into basically, I want to hear a Q&A, a cross-examination period, if that would be agreed upon, but they would have an opening, they could hear the things and all that, and then we can let people decide.
That's almost a talking apes kind of format. That's pretty short for 30 minutes. I guess
the only reason why is because this is not my room, and
it'd be hard to get that time.
I don't want to steal from white people coming here.
Yeah, that's totally legit. We can always do it or two if we need to. I wouldn't mind using the God Talk House to do that. At least at least the subscribers to it, so it would be pretty.
You can do it here.
Huh?
You can do it here.
Well, no, that's what he just said. He just said he doesn't really want to try to. That's what I'm responding.
Nathan, this is your room. If you agree that you want it longer, I was just saying 30 minutes because.
I mean, that's fine. 30 minutes will be enough. I think I think that'll be enough. If we did some, I mean, maybe 45, maybe an hour, but 30 minutes.
I like 30 minutes because then what will happen is, first of all, it's not intimidating to either party. It shouldn't be. It's kind of like a sprint, and then after you could talk about what was debated, and that will
sure
anything. But yeah,
they'd have to bring their best stuff right out the gate, I guess.
Nathan, you'd be down for this shit then, right?
I think the sister house with the replay, if it's just going to be the 30 minutes, is a good idea.
We can do that too. Oh wait, but what you guys said, Barth could agree or
Hold on. Did you say the sister house? That kind of sounds like a problem.
No, that would be White Belts Foundation or whatever it was called.
I wasn't allowed to react to my own joke, so
That's right. That's right. Best part of the update. Anyways, yeah, it's the White Belt Federation replay, and then we could either taunt or congratulate Barth when it, repeatedly, for a turn.
Bro, let's please try to do this. Let's fucking, this is his strength. This is like me bench pressing. You know what I mean? It's like, let's go. I want this to happen. Because I think this guy's gonna fucking flop. That's what I think. I'm predicting a fucking flop. And I'm willing to fucking put money on it.
Well, I'm sure Barth will be around, Harbor. No doxing. If not today, then probably tomorrow. He's been around consistently. I don't know this other guy. How often is he like on the app? Like, is he available
It's
now?
gonna be up to Andrew to get the other guy.
Uh,
Because I've never heard of the other guy either.
okay.
I'm reaching out to the other guy right now and see if he'll respond. I see him in every once in a while. You'll see him. So he has like, if you pull, I think let me see what his, if you see this guy come in the room, his name it's Ayman, Ayman, but let me see. So if you see a guy come in with the profile Ayman, but his @ symbol's AYYYMAN3, if you see him come in, and I'm not in here, if you ping me or let me know, Mike, if you come in the room, tell me. I'll come in and talk to him. And I'll try to get him to do it. He would be.
Has he ever interacted with Barth before?
He knows who Barth is. I don't know if he's talked to. I'm sure he has, probably in passing, and I'm sure he's heard him. But he probably doesn't find him very interesting, so he probably just blocks him out. But he not blocks him, but blocks him out. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Dude,
So.
Andrew, let's make this happen, bro. This would be
I'm trying.
Hell
If he, but listen, I have some backups. There are other people that I would vouch for that would definitely do a stomping. So another one, I wish Jake the Muslim metaphysician was still on here. He would be good, but he's not on the app, or he hasn't been on in a long time. But there are a few that would also do good. Islamic guidance. I'll reach out to him too. I'll put a few out, Mike. I'll put a few out. So
All right.
okay. And I'll get some people that I know for sure would do work on him.
I'll put $100 on it, and then knowledge said he'll
Yeah.
match it. So
Yeah, knowledge. I'm surprised you're doing that, brother. But that okay.
it's fun.
No, to knowledge. I know I'm saying to knowledge. I'm surprised because he's going to lose the money. But that's
No. It's just the winner.
Wait, hold
It's just
on.
the content.
Hold on. What's the bet? I want to be clear on what the bet is.
I'm just saying I will give $100 to the declared winner. I think I'm not betting anybody.
Declare winner of what?
This allegedly that's supposedly going to take place.
What is the bet based upon?
Who wins?
He's not betting.
Who wins what topic?
Who wins?
Muslim. The Muslim is going to debate Barth on his strength against his anti-Muslim shit.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Man on that.
Don't forget, once
You're not betting on it. You're just prize, basically.
I think it still belongs in the betting channel because we like when people are accountable, and the betting channel keeps us all accountable. Okay?
I've never heard of the betting channel, but like,
Well, in the Discord, where once the terms are like sealed, you just
I see.
screenshot and put
Yeah.
it there because we've had an issue with people misremembering or changing the terms after the fact.
Well, what I'm gonna do is if once this is all said and agreed upon, I'm just gonna send $100 to knowledge, and then to me it's gone. Like whatever happens, someone's gonna win. Whatever happens is I'm not gonna argue. If we determine it, and we determine judges or whatever, ChatGPT, whatever the case is, and then it just so happens to be picked, I don't say a word. I just fucking throw my hands up. It is what it is, whether I agree with it or not. I can't cry about it. So there it is.
Well, I did send a free a friend request. Sorry to this Amen person. Iman. Sorry. If he's not available, who else would be like ideal?
Mike.
No.
Oh, sorry. I was actually going to ask Mike a question.
That's fun. We can have some AI draft up some like some posters of like.
Do y'all seriously got your money on Barth to win that debate?
No,
Yes.
to lose.
No, it's not a bet. It's not a bet. It's a prize.
It's a prize.
No. I get that your money
What
is
do
a
you mean
prize,
prize?
Mike, but there was
Who's
like
gonna-
a...
you
there was
saying
like
that
a-
everyone's gonna determine that if Bart wins or lose?
Yeah, thank you very much. No, what I'm saying is this, is that like I think he flops, right? And
Or-
I want to what's it called?
Watch.
Like
Sweet.
I don't want to watch, but hear it. Word, right? You know, like verbally. I want to verbally fucking hear this to where it's basically it just validates my prediction that he fucking sucks, that he's stupid. And I'm already gonna kind of like validate that because people that come in, I'm just gonna ask, what's his reputation? Set aside what's actually the case because I don't know how we can determine that. But what's his reputation? And I think that the consensus of the reputation is that the guy is dumb. But because people like Hag Up and maybe other people say, hey, look, his fucking wheelhouse is this Muslim thing. Okay, cool. Let's get a fucking Muslim in here. Andrew knows the Muslim. Let's let them debate. And just for my entertainment, the way I pay $80 for a fucking pay-per-view fight, I'm willing to fucking spend $100 for 30 minutes of this guy just fucking looking stupid. That's what.
But wait, I could lose, and I could lose.
Yeah, and for clarification, me too. I want to clarify something. So,
But will
no,
not...
Bart has to agree to
Well,
all
Bart,
the
that's-
terms, meaning who is the judges who determines who won.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Alright.
No contention there whatsoever.
I got you. But will Barth actually debate?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not.
Do you think the Muslim will debate?
Yes, I think it's more likely.
That's
Yeah,
telling in itself. That's telling in itself, isn't it?
Because the Muslim guy doesn't know who Barth is, so he's got nothing to lose. Like, if he knew who
I don't-
Barth is, then...
He
Barth
one of the
wasn't
guys
like-
do. One of the guys does, apparently.
Yeah.
By the way, it will be important to just tell him it's a prize money and that no one's betting or he's not engaging in betting because that may put the Muslim guy off from engaging.
No. Everybody else around the fight should engage in the bidding.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm clear on that. Just that it's clear to him.
Wait, Andrew, who do you think is gonna win?
Who's the Muslim debating?
Oh, Hagop, you want to put your hundo on it?
Yeah, Hagoff, you gonna put money on it? $10 on it, Hagoff?
This is
Your
your
boy?
top 5 horse in the race, dog.
Let's do it. I got my money on Bart.
Okay, I'm not betting with that shit. Just put it on
Andrew, who do you
my
think is gonna win?
Yo, I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet, Hagoff. I got my money on the Muslim guy, whoever the fuck that is. I'm gonna send the money to Knowledge.
Well, it has to be agreed upon yet. Don't send anything yet. But Andrew, Nathan has a question for you.
Andrew probably is busy.
I was gonna say.
Andrew said he'll get spanked. That's what Andrew said. Just to
I got you.
I'm saying Andrew got spanked a couple times.
I mean, it happens. Like,
Like Bart.
oh my God.
Never, no, who just said that? Nathan, I love you, brother. But you'll never find a discussion where Barth spanked me. Never.
He
Not
got
one
you a
time.
couple times.
No, never. Not. Well, I mean, if you want to say that he did some rhetorical things at one point, I mean, that might be fine. But I don't think you're going to ever find anything like that. If anybody can pull audio where I've had a dialogue with him on any any point where we had a disagreement, where I actually was arguing with him, I do not think that I've ever took up an argument with him where I've actually left that losing the point. I don't think that that's been true. Barth says so much fallacious stuff. He is, and I'm dead serious to this. Anybody, I've told people, I will literally take screenshots of every exchange that I've had with Barth from the beginning since I've known him till now, and just look at the stuff that he says. It's so ridiculous and reprehensible.
Yeah, he trolls you. I get that. If you're trying to expose, if you're trying to just,
It's not even his reasoning is just, it's.
you don't think that's a part of the troll that I'm saying?
Well,
You think that's for real?
Maybe he's just a poor reasoner as a troll all the time. That's fine. I find it to be a little difficult, though. Have you? Let me ask you this, Nathan. How would you know when he's not trolling then?
Like after you've spent some time with him, like
Can you?
years. Yeah, I know when Bart's trolling.
Can you keep it a buck? Barth can get one up on people, like in back and forth, legitimately. So I'm not gonna take that away from him. Like he sometimes knows like what the right question to ask is to throw somebody off their game, like unexpected sometimes. But where he loses it is when it actually like comes to making an argument or formulating an argument, like just anything outside of like rhetoric or like the back and forth is a bit of a weak.
You know what it is? The optics. Usually, when it's a one-on-one, it's never a one-on-one with Bart anymore. It's usually Bart against the room. Bart will say something, everyone tries to pick apart one thing he said.
No, Nathan, that's true. But like, I've been in rooms where I've literally cleared the stage for Barth to thrive, and he flopped. Like he just dick in his head. Like,
I have literally never heard Barth in a discussion with a black belt and do anything other than just flop. I've never heard him do just really do some work.
Timothy, I think you guys
No
way I would ever. You're gonna get me to believe in God before you get me to believe in that, bro. Just saying, bro.
Well, man,
No.
proof, bro.
No way ever, bro. Now I know Nathan's trolling right now. No way ever.
Yes, Mike's getting ready to take the altar call.
Andrew, this Muslim better be good, because I ain't about to lose $10.
What'd you say?
This Muslim better be a good Muslim. He better be nice with it.
Hey, dude, I don't think it takes much, bro. I swear, I have confidence in Bart's dumbness.
No, but if it's a British guy, he's gonna be thrown off.
He was all, this Muslim better be a good one. I'm like, that's almost an oxymoron, but I've got to do it.
That's right, too. Andrew, you're not too fond of the Muslims either, so
But real
this is
talk,
interesting.
though. Andrew, just make sure it's not a British Muslim, because they're too sensitive for the kind of debate that like we have from the American side. Just make sure it's like an American Muslim or like a non-British.
Earlier with the British Muslims with the Israel talk, it's like
I saw it. Yeah, they're very sensitive. My God.
Well, what's gonna be the subject?
Islam or some shit. I don't know anything. Something about the dawah or some shit like that. I always hear Bart use these words, like.
Yeah, the dilemma. Dilemma's the big one. Islam
Or the Injid or the Injid or some. He always coming up with some fake Arabic. The Injil, yeah, whatever, yeah.
No, just the Bible.
Debate that. Oh, okay. I don't even know what they're gonna debate, but I'm gonna put my money on anybody against Bart.
Let me just tell you, not too much sacrifice on the intelligence. This guy's actually not too much of a sacrifice. I will tell you, he does drop a little bit, but his entertainment is through the roof. He's so fun. There's a guy named Irish, okay, and he's a Muslim, and we've only interacted with him a few times, but he's been an absolute blast. But he comes on stage and he just goes at the Christians super hard, and so depending on the topic, he would do well. With Barth, it would not only be extremely entertaining, but he would win for sure. But it wouldn't be as clear of a victory as with these other guys that I'm put forward. So it depends on.
Is he a troll like Barth too? Like
That's what I'm saying. No. He's not a troll, but he's not a troll. Well, he's not a troll, but he has rhetoric, so he'll say funny stuff, and it's just. Timothy loves this guy. Okay,
That's good.
He loves.
Let's go. I think Barth can.
But I want to ask Mike though, because Mike's putting up the money. If Mike, you will be dropping a little bit of his. He will win. I'll say this. He'll still win against Barth, but you are going to be, if a miracle was to happen, it'd be more likely to happen with this guy than it would be with one of the other, Muslims. They'll just knock it out of the park. He'll still knock it out of the park, just not as hard.
I know I know it's too late. I know it's too late to change this, but it would have actually also been good if we could have set up like an actual debate with Bart versus something like by the Piper or Sasha on the trans shit, like an actual debate.
No. This is an actual debate, but let me just tell you, Piper and Sasha would.
Why Bart on the trash shit? Bart supports the trash.
Hold on, putting Piper.
Bart doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
Oh, changed. He changed. Oh, okay.
Change.
That's the troll. That's the troll.
That's what Mike. No,
I've heard him talk shit to fucking
Mike, I know him
Piper.
for years, Mike. I'm telling you.
Yeah, look, I haven't known him for years, but I've heard him for a couple years, and I've heard him fucking shit on fucking trans.
And shit on Sasha in this room.
No, that's how you know it.
This whole new thing is just a fucking troll.
Yeah, that's because they have history. That's because he craps on Sasha and Piper because he has history with them.
But Nathan, let me just say this: I can get both Piper and Sasha, either one of those. I could get either one of those to debate as long as you can get Bart to do it. But I will just tell you this: they will stomp Bart. They will just
Not
stomp
Piper though.
But I'm saying though,
Piper's not a good debater.
yeah, I say Piper lose, bro.
Yeah. Piper's
I don't.
So that guy, you know that guy who says Muhammad is a pedophile?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he used to come into the clubhouse a lot. Yeah. He spanked Piper.
They don't know him.
Oh shit, okay.
I wouldn't take that bet.
So, I
wouldn't bet on Bart.
I think I've only seen Sasha lose one debate since I've known her. So I don't know. But Piper, that's a little not as clear. But
Piper's more like a Rhonda Patrick. Like he's just good at like knowing the facts, but I don't think he's good at like arguing or debating. He's not seasoned enough.
make me want to get Piper in here right now.
I mean, go ahead. He's gonna try to protect his ego, but like, I'm just saying what I fucking feel based on what I heard. Look,
Yeah.
if I want Barth to, like, I want my point to be validated, right? So like, if Piper was something worthy, I'd be like, yeah, get him in here. But I'm not saying that. In fact, what I'm saying is the person that I don't even know. I'm like, yeah, get that person in here. But when you said Piper, I'm like, nah, because I have had some experience with what Nathan's referring to, and it just doesn't sound. It's kind of like a person that doesn't train for a fight because they think they have it in the bag. You can't just do that with everything.
And they're not John Jones, yeah. Since we throwing up random matchups, I'd like to see Mr. Finley versus OJ on some black shit.
Versus OJ. OJ's dead.
Mr. Finley isn't a good debater.
Yeah, you can't do that to Finley.
A lot of people like claim, think they're a good debater, and they're not that good, bro. They're terrible.
Happy Father's Day to you all.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everyone.
Happy Father's Day, even though there's like colonialism and the war of the land and shit as a title, but like Happy Father's Day to everyone.
How come we never made Alaska versus Monica happen?
Oh, that'd be interesting. Who do you guys think is the best debater in chillism? The number one debater?
In this room?
I think Mike.
No.
It was
Thank you.
Mike when he as post workout probably Mike.
100%,
But
yes.
he has to work out first.
It has to
Yeah.
pre-work out.
Yeah, if he just woke up, absolutely not.
No, not pre-workout.
I don't think
I think it's knowledge.
I don't think anybody could beat Nathan rhetorically.
Knowledge cannot Nathan. Who the fuck?
I think Hagap is a top. Huey is a top.
I have my boost.
A top?
Who's the bottom? No, but
Coco is definitely up there somewhere underneath the top. Coco is underneath the top, definitely.
Coco, no, please. But I think he
That's Beyonce is the best debater.
Coco's like, I'll be the top end. So
Yeah.
And we want him for that, Andrew.
Okay, well, let's have him for that. That's fine.
I just want to say for the record, organized debates, I have never lost any of them. So,
Knowledge, please.
whenever y'all ready.
It's definitely Samoa.
You guys,
That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, y'all serious?
Nathan, Samoa's the best top out there.
Definitely
Like,
Samoa.
yeah, you.
Samoa was pretty good, dude.
Samoa is terrible.
Mike, the guy
Yo.
Samoa did. Mike, you remember the debate with Sasha?
Yeah, but like a bad look. If somebody gets spanked by a fucking champ, it doesn't mean that they're
Yeah,
not.
no,
good.
I know.
You know,
but
like I'm not saying that. I'm just kind of like I'm thinking here, and it's funny. It's because like it's kind of close.
you're
I'm
actually up there, bro. You are up there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's kind of close. It's just like.
Yeah, Mike is definitely one of those motherfucking tops, period.
Thank you. I feel like I don't know if there is one. I think that people just have strengths, so it's kind of hard to like determine if there's like one. Like who would people want to hear argue? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like, ooh, this is good right now. I want to hear them go back and forth.
That's a good man. I like that too.
Yeah.
If Bima could work out her rhetoric, I think she'd be up there. But
She's the reasoning. She has the rhetoric. What's the reasoning?
Nah, she's good. What do you mean? She's good, bro.
She's actually underrated when it comes to reasoning. But it's she gets lost in trying to connect with people, and that just ruins whatever
Yeah,
fucking.
listen,
I've heard her. Look. I've heard her win more than I've heard her lose.
Mike loves the passion. So when he hears the passion in the voice, and he's like, "Oh, he doesn't hear the logic like 1 + 2
No, I
equals,
do.
you know?
I hear the
Like,
logic
he
too.
doesn't hear it, and he's like, "I'm moved."
Guys,
Like,
No,
I
I
said,
do,
I've never heard Dima yell. I don't think I've ever heard Dima yell or like cuss people out or whatever. I think she's always kept it very cool.
she gets passionate. But here's the thing: I would vote for Beeman as well. I just wish you would give me more of the recordings. It would really.
No, but being like as far as the females, I think Bima might be like one of the best females as far as debating.
Oh, the best female. You know the best female is. But I don't know if you get much exposure to her over here. Probably.
I'm gonna tell you why I get some pushback. I get some pushback only because she used AI, and AI was wrong when she tried to support Samoa and this dumbass argument about what I said being a fallacy. She believed AI first, and she was like, "Well, AI says
No, but you know why? Though I never got to speak to her about this because I saw the prompt. All she did was like facilitate Samoa's version. She wasn't in here enough to hear what actually was the case, right? So she didn't know. She just said, "Hey, I'm gonna type in what Samoa is saying." Right.
But I'm saying she typed it in, right? And she typed in what I was saying at one
Oh,
point.
it's on.
But
Yeah.
but
So
she,
what I did though,
but she did.
So Nathan,
Yeah, this is-
but I did do what Nathan said. I took his entire narrative. I didn't add anything that Samoa said, and I also included his reasoning through my lofty recordings that I don't record. I'm just kidding about that. I just had to play on that. But I recorded, annotated with a pen, right, while you were telling me, and then I put word for word what you said, Nathan.
I know.
It was only your thing, and then I challenged and went back and forth with ChatGPT over and over and over.
I get it.
It was
I get
only
it.
because of what you said, though. It was
Yeah,
only
I get
because
it,
of
I
what
get
you
it.
said. You explained it.
Yeah,
It did
that's
say
what I was
it.
trying to say.
You know what? I think A is the fucking top guy, actually. And I would consider
Yeah,
A a
but-
part of this,
you
actually, at
counting
this point.
Eggwalk as being in here? Yes.
Yeah, but what I was saying was that
Definitely.
Bima relied on the Chat GPT to give her the answer, and the Chat GPT was wrong. She didn't use her own reasoning skills. She let Chat GPT do it, and this is why I don't give. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't give her that credit because she didn't use her own intelligence to determine. Because if she did think about it on her own, she would have realized that it wasn't a fallacy. Like that was common sense. It wasn't a fallacy. It was so easy.
Yeah.
And
that's
also,
what
your Mike, you know who'll be debating in the debate, right?
Who?
Just think about it.
I am who?
Some people call him knowledge. Some people call him.
I didn't hear.
Ask him.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, that's enough.
Where's Incan at, you guys? Did he leave the app?
Yeah, Incan is. I don't know if Incan be a good
He's
debater.
scared of you, Andrew.
Incan has probably been stuck in traffic for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was talking to him for a long time.
You remember that shit?
I do. That was weird, dude. He was serious. It seemed like kind of.
He say, "Yo, how did you find me on TikTok?" Like, what in
He's
the
like,
world? I
he's
love you.
like, he's all, it's completely unassociated with anything in my life. There's nothing about it. There's no identifiers. There's no markers. There's nothing.
I'm surprised you remember that too, Andrew.
Yeah, he's like, I only post cars. I don't do anything about anything. I don't
remember that.
He's all, and all of a sudden I'm getting, all of a sudden Andrew from Andrew from Clubhouse is following me. I was like, he's like, bro, what are you doing? You work at NSA, CIA, what's up? No, he's pretty funny. But where is Incan though? Did he leave the app? Because I used to like Incan. And I think Incan is actually a good.
Oh, he gets busy. Thanks,
Nah,
Chris.
he just gets busy. He does car stuff and then he's a truck driver, so he does a lot of things.
It's so funny, sort of, because when you come into the room, sometimes I think you're Incan for some reason. Incan, Rincan, I don't know. But I see it, I'm like, oh, Incan's here.
Incan, Rincan.
Dude, they have the same. They around the same age. They have the same lingo. You know. So,
Yeah, no, I think it's only like a year older than me now that I'm thinking about it.
and it's all, not the same voice, but the cadence in some ways kind of.
You're all they're both women, and
Yeah.
Yo, I hate this new emoji feature. I'm trying to react to my
I know it pisses me off because now it tells me when I'm laughing at someone and they know I think they're funny, and that also pisses me off.
Right.
Because I'm like, I still don't like you. I still don't like you, but you're funny. But I still don't like you.
Do both. I wish you could do
Just
both.
think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
When I think someone says something mad retarded up in here, now y'all know for sure I know you think you're retarded.
Yeah, I just don't like how it snitches on me because if I don't like that. And some people will think I like them just because I think they're funny, and it's not true.
Nah, you do like them because they're funny.
but I will say,
No.
but doing the hard thing is pretty cool though, because you can give them like direct encouragement. You know, like they'd be a little more.
No, some people don't need that.
Some people don't need that, but no, I didn't say it across the board. I'm just saying being able to do. I agree with it would be cool if you could do both. It'd be cool if you could do both. Like you could still do the original,
Listen, but
just
how
around
do I put this?
emoji.
Some of y'all, I genuinely think that your mama gave you sour titty milk. Genuinely. I truly think that with my heart and soul. And that's
Isn't
not-
titty milk all sour? Isn't it all sour?
I don't know. I never tasted mine. And I'm pretty sure I was formula fed.
Bahamas.
So, to anyone who's tasted it,
This place changed up
I
so
taste-
much.
I have tasted it. It's
All the way
like sour.
from Beantown.
Tasted it. It did not taste sour.
I think it
We
depends.
live in this one spot. Look at us. What?
That's Mike's pre-workout. It's
We landed in this place right here. You see what the Camaro is?
No, just remember, so
That
I only
worked
say
out.
this
One house right there on the
because
left.
This is a teaching moment, but Mike depends.
That's a duplex with a
Nathan, I'm trying to
Step that
educate
right.
Mike on
stove power.
something real
From that line, draw it to the house, we have power. Right there? Right here, Miss Lady.
Headed, you were.
That's where he used to, there was a babysitter over there. So he used to go over there by Miss Lady. And Brendan didn't talk like fast. Like, I was off mic.
Nathan, you're hot micing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no. So, Mike, depending on how you source your boob milk, I just wanted you to know, don't put your mouth on the boob because then the boob is going to get confused and it's going to put different like antibodies and nutrients in the boob milk. So,
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Like you
You
just.
said you
put it-
tasted it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't suck it out of the breast, but you can.
Oh, you
Word
pussy.
out. You gotta like. You gotta be a little more creative. Like, nah, bro. Like you've never. I mean, after
man,
2 kids,
I was
a lot
just
of titty
watching
milk.
it.
Like I
Only
tasted it.
rain
I'm
men suck it
curious.
from the nipple.
Dude, I've done a lot of weird shit. You know.
Okay, honestly though, like if his wife had a clogged duct, I could see it.
Oh yeah, because that's painful, isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
but
it's
she's
so
she's
painful.
had it. She's had it before. She just has this. You can use those machines, or there's this little plastic thing where you squeeze it and then you put it on like the breast, and then it's just always kind of like pulling breast
Oh, the
milk
little
out.
drippy things,
Yeah, you
to,
just
like
walk
collect the
around
residual.
like
Oh
she
yeah,
just
no,
walks
I
around
had
with that
those.
shit on all day. But I've tried it. Like, you've never tried your own milk?
Mike, you gotta stop. You guys,
why?
Pumps that you like put in your no,
Why?
but it's also. I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but I also like. I was just so turned off by like breast
You
milk
have
after a
tried
certain
your
point.
own
Cause like
milk. I
I
don't
wasn't
believe
over. No, I haven't. I used to do a lot of stuff. Like I made soap with my breast milk. I made popsicles for my babies with it. I actually donated it too. I used to donate it to the women's shelters
Not a
and whatnot. I did
drop,
lot of stuff.
nothing?
Yeah.
That's very hard to believe.
No, my husband's tried it. Like I gave him a little.
So
cup
how
of
did he
once,
try it?
but-
Did he suck it out of your breast?
No, he.
See?
He took, like,
There you
no,
go.
he took a little cup of it, like one of the little bottles, like one of my milk storage bottles, and then he put it in his coffee, and I was
Did
like,
he
what
say
the
it
fuck
tasted
is-
sour?
No, he said it tasted very sweet, almost like oat milk.
Yeah, exactly.
It was very funny. I laughed at him. I was like, why in the coffee? Why not one of the little popsicles that I make? He was like, I don't know. I didn't want to take the popsicles from the kids.
That breast milk is fucking magic, though, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
look
put that
into
on
it.
some of your acne. It makes your skin so soft. It's good for brain development. It's good for
Why are
a
you
lot of
laughing,
things.
Andrew? It really is, bro. I promise.
I'm
Like,
telling you, man.
No, I'm laughing. He said about putting it on acne. What you're saying, Mike, it just kind of, you're like, bro, I've done some weird stuff.
I have. No, I really have.
Mike, you ever tried it with rum?
With rum?
You mean like a
Wow.
eruption?
I don't drink alcohol.
Why don't you guys just start talking about eating placenta so I
It's
can...
not that.
Oh my God! Did I ever tell you my placenta story?
I'm gonna leave the room, bro.
What? You
No. Listen, I have one where I basically wasted my money.
I remember that.
Wait.
No, I didn't hear this story.
I didn't hear.
What happened now?
So basically, my son's born, and there's this nurse in there, and she's like, "What do you guys want to do with the placenta?" I was like, "You hear about this kind of thing?" And she's like, "I know a lady that can like whatever." And then my wife's like, "Okay, yeah, do it." I was like, "All right, I'm all happy. Everything is good, and like it was a good, clean, fucking easy birth, right?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, whatever." So I'm on the phone. I'm talking to this lady. She's very nice. How much is it gonna be? She's like $300. I was like, shit. I thought it was gonna be like $1,500 or some shit. I was like, 300, cool. So I hang up the phone. She's on her way. And then I call back, and I'm like, hey, so how exactly do you do this, right? Because she didn't sound like a professional. She sounded just like a person. And then I was like, she's like, oh, I'm in my house, and I do it with this blender, and I put it in the oven, and I'm like, ugh.
Wait
didn't have
a
the heart-
minute. Were you
Yeah, I
gonna
didn't have the
eat
heart to say no.
placenta?
What?
Were you gonna eat it? I don't
No,
know.
I
Judging.
wasn't.
I'm just
Capsulized
I'm
it?
sure. Yeah, that, okay,
Oh,
so
you can
then,
just do that at home, bro.
oh my
Do
God,
that at home.
no, I don't do that at home. So anyways, look, you have no idea, I am a legitimate, like, not just saying this, I'm a germaphobe. It affects the quality of my life at times. It affects my parenting fucking, like, skills too, bro. It sucks sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay, Mike.
Sometimes, but sometimes it's not.
Before I had kids.
But let me finish this shit. So I call, and she comes, she puts it in a fucking bag, and then she puts it in like this cooler, you know? And I'm like, it's like a cooler that you get like at fucking Target or some shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I haven't necessarily paid the money yet. Oh, I already paid the money. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just happy that my kid's born. So a week later, she hits me up. She's like, hey, I have it ready. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Let me get back to you. Like, I just text her back from my client. And then I start looking it up. I start Googling it. And then I put it in ChatGPT in the sense of how it was done. And I'm like, read that shit. I was like, nope, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that, bro. I call my
Oh
wife.
my God.
Yeah, I did it. And I call my wife, and I'm like, hey, we're not doing this shit. She's like, why? But because I fucking read it, it could potentially harm the baby. This dude, ugh, what if you, like, get someone else's fucking shit in your pills because she didn't clean the blender enough or something? Apparently they, like, blend it up and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I never responded back to the lady. Keep the fucking money, keep the pills. I don't want to have anything to do with that. So, look, I'm not wealthy, but I'm not taking a chance. So, but you think about it. Cost-benefit analysis, $300, or
Wait, so
a fraction.
it's
Say it
your
again?
wife's. So does that mean she just has your wife's placenta?
No, she has them in pills. Yes. That she cooked in her own oven. That's disgusting. Like, I want it to be in a facility where they're like wearing gloves and fucking it's cold and it smells like fucking chemicals because they clean it. Not a fucking house, dude. You know? I don't know. It just didn't seem right. And guess what? We didn't need it because she's fine. And my kid's fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fuck it. really left.
Damn.
He said eating the placenta.
Some people do that shit.
A placenta hamburger, you make it into a beef
It's
patty.
like a
That shit is
steak.
like.
You know, do that shit.
I see. I have a picture of my wife. I took a picture of everything. I was like, we're gonna remember all this shit.
Yo, I have to say, I went to, so my wonderful sister brought me to like this amazing biocyclic vegan farm. It's like only the one in the United States. Anyway, it was so much fun. We had such a great time, cooked outdoors. While we're in there, there were dietary vegans and ethical vegans there. So you already knew, and we ate in a very intimate setting. So it was like one long, like Batman table, you know, and we all sat and talked and, you know, whatever. So we got to know everybody there. There was only about a dozen of us there. And we're talking, and you could definitely tell between the ethical vegans and the dietary vegans, because the ethical ones obviously were focused on love, peace, happiness. Dietary ones were like, I don't give a fuck about no animals. I just want to eat because I eat this, whatever. So this one non-ethical vegan, she was dietary vegan, started shitting on vultures. And I was so upset by that. I'm like, why are you going to pick on fucking vultures? And I was so upset. So anyway, I went to ChatGPT. And I was like, ChatGPT, talk to me about vultures and like what role they play in the animal kingdom, because I always find it so interesting. No matter what you put in there, like whatever you find, you'll always find like some crazy new, like without this thing, the entire ecosystem will like fucking collapse. So it turns out that vultures have the stomach acid similar to battery acid, one of the only species on the planet, like next to fucking sharks. Their stomach acid is so it's like battery acid that it can literally like digest rabies and anthrax and all of this other shit. And it is vultures are nature's clean up animals. And so I said, so explain to me like what would happen if vultures like went extinct tomorrow. And it was like, if only vultures went extinct tomorrow, there would be such rampant disease and viruses and rabies, the planet would be like fucking overconsumed, because what would happen is other animals that don't have the same amount of battery acid type stomachs, they would end up eating these carcasses and shit, and then they would spread the disease and shit would like get totally out of control, because they wouldn't be able to evolve fast enough for their stomach acid to adapt to make sure that they kill these viruses. So I'm reading about these fucking vultures, so cool. Also, the hair on their head, why they have like bald heads, is they evolved that way because when they're eating all these like bacterias and viruses and shit, because it gets like messy on their head, so they would pluck their hairs out, and so that's why they evolved to like not have hairs on the top of their head. And also they can smell death up to like 3 miles away. They know like when death is coming, like they can even tell by gases miles and miles away from the different. But anyway, just a shout out to the vultures.
Shout out to the vultures, man. Jesus.
I'm gonna put that on a mug.
And they even have like these hierarchies, because there are different types of species of vultures, and some of the vultures like will only eat the bone, and so like 70 to 90% of their meal consists of bone. So they'll like the other vultures come and grab that shit first, so they could break open the bone marrow and shit. Anyway, but yeah, so or the other vultures will pick off the body, and then they'll come and pick up the bones. Like it's pretty cool. Oh, Matt, do you have a topic? I love people love me so much. Matt loves me so much. Thank you, Matt. I love you too. The point of mentioning the bone was because no other birds have that diet. So it was also just very interesting. and they even dressed themselves up in like this red soil so they could like tell each other apart because there's like this hierarchy. So this, I forget what type of vulture it is. I'm gonna say that it's it might be the bone crusher one, but they their feathers aren't like naturally red. They bathe in red iron rich soil and they dye themselves.
My fucking ears was bleeding. Oh my fucking god.
Sorry, am I having audio problems? What's going on here?
No, everybody just wants to complain about what I'm talking about and then not offer anything.
Oh, welcome. Oh, you're here now? Oh, you just got here? You just got, whoa, welcome. Hey. every fucking
Oh, poor guy.
Well,
Everyone's not complaining, by the way.
I know. And everyone is always like welcome to bring topics. It's how like we get diversity of topics. Because sincerely, I have to like rotate through news sources, or it will like start only showing me what I hovered over, not even clicked on, just hovered over for too long. And that's an issue with me and every algorithm ever. So I have to like add new news sources ever so often. I also like checking trending topics. Twitter is both a shithole and forever low proud.
Oh my god.
Good. I'm glad your eyes are bleeding.
Oh, so much you.
That way you
That's from
you
watch
can't
that
see.
monkey shit, bro. You gotta stop that, dog.
No, it's from staring at that. What's it? The laptop TV? No, that would be the TV in a suitcase that you paid $1,300 for when you could have just got an iPad. Anyways,
That's stupid.
Yeah. Well, so is a TV and a laptop.
It's also a chessboard. Do you think about that?
No.
Exactly. It's like the perfect contraption for somebody like me.
It's not.
Everybody, they just say, oh, it's a niche for someone. I'm like, oh, it's a niche for me.
For you. And just you. And how many of yous are there?
There's a couple of us. There's different types of me. Some people prefer to stand by me where it's like a whole stick, like thing. Me, I'm a stand by me gold type of nigga.
I don't know what that means.
That's the name of the TVs that the LG series is Stand By Me. So I got the Stand By Me Gold because it's on the gold in the suitcase. The Stand By Me 2, it looked like a little portrait that you hang on the wall, but it's a TV iPad thing. So it's three types. You got the Stand By Me, the Stand By Me with a pole, and the Stand By Me on the wall.
Okay. Anyways, you can have most TVs now. I don't think they make TVs that you can't mount anymore. And that's so cool.
Well, it's military graded, the suitcase, so it's like ain't nothing could fuck it up. So you could take it camping, you could take it to work.
So what are you, James Bond? You need a
you know what?
suitcase.
You know, it's cool like that. It's like it's
not.
a gadget.
Not cool at all.
You would like to Stand By Me with the pole, because you can roll it as you go.
How long is the reserve battery?
What you say, Sexy Lips?
No, I don't want to talk. How much is the reserve battery?
Wait, what are you talking about? The TVs?
Yeah, if you take it camping.
3
What
hours.
you mean? It's free. It's yours. So you can take it with you.
Yeah, she's saying how long will the battery last, and you already said 3 hours.
Oh, it lasts 3 hours. 3 hours. If you can keep a battery pack, or you can charge it, or plug it in. The new Nintendo Switch lasts 3 hours. So I'm realizing like every portable, the maximum is like 3 hours except like the old school Switches. those are different. Even though they're like Io said, they're 10 years behind and shit, they last long in battery than every new one. So I was also tempted to say, fuck the new Switch and get the OLED, but it'll still be 30 frames per second, but it will look nice. And I'm not somebody that looks stupid like that. Fuck it, the product looking nice where it don't look right. And you can go on Clubhouse with it. Did you think about that?
I don't want it, don't need it, and would prefer to never. I'd like to go back to like 5 hours ago when I didn't know it existed.
You don't lie. You know that shit is cool. Like, you a hater.
If someone presented me with the option to go back in time and change any event in history, I would not change any world event. I would merely go back. I would merely go back 5 hours and mute you.
If a Chinese woman in the business suit sold it to you and told you the facts about it and the pros, you would have bought it.
No, but I did see this morning that 2 Chinese nationals who were working in I want to say Michigan University, were caught with, have been detained for smuggling biohazard material that could have potentially impacted the food chain here in the States. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. Does it got to do with the tariffs a little bit? Like, can there ever be a connection to that?
I don't know. They didn't give a whole lot of information.
Because, like, I thought the tariffs wasn't going to affect me except the stock. But now that I couldn't get a switch because of the fucking tariffs, I was like, that's some bullshit. Right. Like, shit never becomes personal until it affects you.
Exactly.
Noise, y'all.
You're exactly who and where I think you are.
Yeah, I'm on phone. You're making phone noise. Papa.
In an asylum. An asylum.
Yeah, the alarm in the background is.
It was the alarm. It was someone making funky noises. It was like, yeah, exactly who I think he.
She's got a little dizzy. Okay. You see what I'm talking about, Kuju?
Now y'all made me miss whatever Bebo was talking about, unless someone wants to fill me in.
You can't let these white women like destroy you like that, Tyler. Fuck that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alaska, why would you call yourself that? You're not even from the States.
It's my name.
Like, somebody really named you that? That's cute.
What alarm is that?
When you said, well, what?
What alarm is that? I can hear.
You can hear it? Oh, shit, Nathan keep telling me about that shit. Fix it. See, now you don't hear it no more. No more beep beep. Yeah, I heard it, but I ain't pay attention to that shit, because it was bothering me. So I wanted to be healthy. I ate some falafel, and I feel that's really healthy because it's beans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What y'all niggas ate?
Yeah, I've never thought about that, but I guess chickpeas are beans, right?
Duh, chickpeas is beans. Peas are beans. The fuck? Mike is a nutritionist, so he will tell you that beans are fibery beans. Peas are fibery beans. That's what he would tell you. They're fibery.
Peas?
Yeah, they're fibery beans, right?
I don't know. I would rely on those to eat for fiber. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't. Beans in general, yes, are good, but like I eat like pinto beans and black beans. Those are like my favorite.
Ooh. You don't
I
like
eat hummus
chickpeas?
though too. I do. I know I eat like hummus and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, I love hummus.
Hold on. Peas and beans are not the same thing?
That's what he
Well, I would think.
It's like saying people and then like you have different types of people. I don't know if they're a bean. I've never thought a pea is a bean. But even if it is a bean, I wouldn't rely on eating peas for like fiber. But I mean, because I haven't, I know, but I could be wrong.
You know the Jamaicans love rice and peas. You know what they cats eat? Jamaican cats eat mice and peas.
Sorry.
The Caribbean people don't like that joke.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about our food. That's why we don't play about our food.
Oh, you Jamaican?
Just alone. Yeah.
Oh, you one of those Jamaican, like the yellow one. That's cool. I would never thought that.
Oh, I didn't say Happy Father's Day, Matt. Happy Father's Day, Psych. Happy Father's Day, Tim.
Thank you.
Can't wait for that day.
What did you say?
Thank you, guys.
I ain't gonna front. I was thinking about this stupid shit so much that I assumed my son's graduation was tomorrow. So mind you, I don't like talking to his mother. So if I call her, it's like, fuck it. I call her like, yo, it's graduation tomorrow, right? Because I'm getting ready to get my haircut and shit. She's like, no, it's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, yo, if I would have never called the ass, I would have went to that school standing there looking stupid.
Even worse, you would have missed your kid's graduation.
No, I would have just been early, like 3 days early. I would have went to the other one. Like, the fuck? I just typed, like, damn. I knew, like, I was so busy focused about the switch that I knew it was this week. I was prepared for it. But I don't know why I assumed it was tomorrow. And I had a dough today. I was like, yo, I told my coworker, I said, yo, I'm about to go get a haircut and get some clothes. And he like, word, do you think? Something said call to double check. And she said that, I was mad hype. I'm like, yeah.
When is your son graduating? Kindergarten?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Both of their graduations this week. One on, well, I don't think it's this week. One on 18th and one on 25th. I got
You guys seen the story where a lady got mad at the quote-unquote boyfriend or husband for going to the daughter graduation as opposed to the girlfriend college graduation?
Yeah, I seen that.
I don't know, man. I think if you're in a relationship with people with children, you should expect to come after the kid. It's not even a different brother, maybe.
And the only one who could make the sacrifice to say, you know what, this time I may put the wife first, is the father of them kids. Because he sacrificed both of them in that regard.
Yeah, but you know, considering the states of women these days, I don't know if I would put, if that would come before my kids though, so.
Never put a person before your kids. Your kids are forever and people are not.
Your kids
know-
aren't even forever because some of them grow up to hate their parents and then cut their parents off. So not even your kids, they'll also abandon.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be-
even in that, but even in that case,
You
as
really
a
gotta
parent,
shit the bed for that. You really
Right.
gotta suck for that.
but even as a parent, these are your kids, regardless. Whether they want to speak to you or not is their problem. They're still your kids, so you still have an obligation to those kids, whether they like you or not.
I know so many grown people that still blame their parents, like in their 30s, 40s, that still blame their parents for the problems they have going on today. That shit blows my mind. You are fucking 30-something years old, still blame what your parents did to when you were like 6 or 7. You didn't get enough of this, you didn't get enough of that, you didn't fucking do this, whatever. They yelled at you. It's shit like that that just blows me away. That people
Hey
still.
man, I'm just saying, my parents may have fucked me up early on. I cannot blame them for any bullshit that happens from this point forward. I'm 24, turning 25. I'll be damned if I'm a goofy motherfucker that does that. I high key judge that shit. I'm sorry.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
I don't talk to my mum's side.
I'll just
Oh, sorry.
say
I don't talk to my mum's side. I've forgiven them, but they don't need to be in my life. So, yeah.
That's a very healthy way of living.
Amen to that.
You know what? Yeah, a lot of women's energy right now, and I'll just say this. I'll start with 2 things. Pocket, you sound very different. That's number 1. Number 2, I feel a person should be able to say what they're not afraid of and what they're afraid of. All right? Now, if I'm being frank and if I'm being real honest, not be afraid of social, whatever the fuck it is. I'm afraid of women. And I feel they're dangerous.
As you should
I
be.
feel like
Yeah, be afraid.
No, it's nothing to be. It's not nothing cute. It's nothing to be proud of. No, think about it. If you seen
That's
the
a big,
rapist,
scary
you wouldn't say no.
woman.
Look, listen. If you seen the rapist, you wouldn't say, "Oh my God, he's so cute that I'm scared of him." No, I look at you like predators. Now you're not the common type of predator where you look like a big old monster. No, you do it more subtle, more cunningly, like as if you was influenced by the devil himself, like a serpent. So, yeah, I'm afraid of y'all women because y'all cause trouble. See, like, even the scenario that Matt brought up, that woman caused trouble for that man's relationship with his kids, and he had to put an ultimatum. That is trouble.
Okay, here's the thing, though. That's
No, I'm ending right here. I'm ending right here. One of the most
I'm gonna agree with you.
No, I got you right now. Look. One of the most
Hope your
troubling
barber
things
fucks
for
up
a
your hair.
man. Yes. One of the most troubling things for a man is an ultimatum given by a woman. Yes.
All right.
Who's giving out ultimatums?
Yo,
I'm
Pocket,
just saying,
come on,
if
man.
you as a parent choose your part, how do I put this? Men do this too. They make women choose between the kids all the time. Like, it's a both gender thing shit. It's a 78 gender thing, whatever, y'all. In the name of Pride Month, let me be politically correct. It's all genders. It's all orientations. People are weird and they want to put themselves before kids, and it's weird.
Wow.
No, I agree. It's if you're in a relationship with someone who had a kid prior, yeah, you should expect that. I think that comes with the territory. But I got a question though. So you guys don't think parents are responsible for the way their kids become adults? So you don't think parents that give their kids nothing and now they are insufficient adults, it's not the parents' fault?
Matt, I'm
no.
a little biased because my parents absolutely screwed me over multiple times, and I'm still a very functioning adult, and you can see that.
But they
100%.
Yes,
But
yeah.
the lack of or the stuff that you were not given, and I'm not talking about like financial stuff, right? I'm talking about psychological
my daddy
educational
didn't put me
stuff.
enough.
But
My daddy
you
didn't
don't
put me
think
enough. They didn't put me in the best schools, and I'm still out here functioning.
You
So
are
now-
ungrateful.
No. I think there's a difference between functioning at 1 and functioning at 10. I think your potential is 10, but functioning at 1 is acceptable because you are functioning. But I do think maybe the parents fail to parent. If our children are sponges and they absorb what we put in them, isn't it part of the person putting stuff on the sponge?
When it comes to being a child, Matt, yes, it does. You know, my parents were I come from a house of, addicts. It got really tough growing up, but when I grew up and realized they didn't get rid of me, they didn't give up on me. We all struggled. Yes, we were homeless at some times, and they didn't give me that psychological, sometimes emotional support that I needed. But when I grow up, I realized people are human. Some parents aren't ready to be parents, and they still do it anyways, regardless what issues they're going through. So you got to realize that, once you're grown, once you're past that age to where you know what's right and wrong, you shouldn't be blaming your parents for anything. If you have that mindset. Now, if you've been so psychologically abused that you cannot function, of course, yes. But if you're grown and you're able to work, you got your bills paid, you know what's right and wrong, you got good relationships, I don't think you should be blaming anybody except yourself.
That part.
I think there are fundamental things that a parents give a child. Even in your case, they give you the ability to actually say, I'm going to take responsibility for this and that. Some people didn't get that, and I think that's probably why they are blaming their parents, because they do understand there are certain skills or certain psychological maturity that I need that I never got. And sometimes it's too late to get those things because you're already set in your way. And I do think the parent should be held responsible, not responsible in a legal way, but that parent should also be held, responsible for this, accountable. They should be held accountable for being bullshit parents.
We forget that our parents are humans. We forget that they was once children and somebody else's child.
Exactly.
The way you look at your parents is not the way that mama and daddy used to look at them niggas. You look at your mommy and daddy like they was heroes, but their mommy and daddy look at them like they babies. Until you able to look at every individual in the world as somebody else's child or your mama's child, you always gonna be selfish to an extent. Jesus realized this shit long ago when the motherfucker said, even the pagans love their own. It's natural for us to love our own. Natural like a motherfucker. It's unnatural for me to love each and every one of you, but I do it because I'm more righteous than you. I'm better than you. And I'm like that so you could become better yourselves. You are weak in the sense of you lack love and you lack the ability to actually love others. So let this be a lesson to you weak motherfuckers. You weak individual. You sorrowful bastards. Because you are fatherless because you lack God, the true father of us all.
Jacobus, have I ever told you that the cadence in your voice annoys me, and I think that's what makes you a really good troll? Is your voice?
No. See, if you was being honest like Pockets, it wets you in a certain place that irritates your dryness of your soul.
Yeah, so Nathan. Oh, okay.
I think so. We can just prove your point. God said have patience. No, she doesn't have patience.
I have patience right now because I didn't say anything fucked up to Jacobus.
But you should have hugged me. You should have opened your hands with open arms.
No, see, here's the thing. Is my silence is the hug. That's me being like, you know what? In my evening prayer, I'm going to broad brush pray for all of you, including you, Jacobus. But no, I'm with, I agree with both Pockets and Matt. I just think it's one of those things where you can love your parents and forgive them and understand, that was somebody else's child, but you can also say, hey, man, I got to be hands off with you because some of the stuff you did, we can't come back from that. I'll forgive you, but I'm still going to keep my distance because I'm trying to protect myself and heal and be a functioning human being for my children and my future and the people around me because I'm trying to cultivate good, healthy relationships and not hurt anyone else.
If you saw your parents was autistic, you know what? If you found out they was autistic later, what did you say they did a heck of a good job raising you the way they did being autistic? Even if they didn't know and you was to find out, oh shit, mommy and daddy autistic, and then you let them know, and then you actually analyze that they was good parents, even though they was autistic.
But I don't think that's an appropriate metric. That's a hypothetical.
All right, it don't gotta be autism. It could be your mama not knowing how to hug you when you're crying. It could be her only saying when you're crying, she said, here, eat a little something and go to bed. Some shit like that. I knew a friend whose mother said, fill up on bread every time a nigga said he was hungry. I thought that shit was abusive as fuck. But the Caribbean people, that shit is fucking natural. Like, sometimes a mother that spoils you may make you weak for the world. Remember that. Or a father that spoils you may make you weak.